welcome back to Oasis in the Desert. Today we're going to do a short little video that's going to cover quite a few things. First of all, I have already completed my kind of cold weather veggies. I did some red Swiss chard, a mix of kale. I did not mean to purchase a mix because I want to keep track of what does well here. So I was very disappointed in that. Just be aware when you're purchasing seeds from Amazon, sometimes it'll be a mix and they're not separated. So watch out for that. I have arugula, endive, mountain mint, lemon mint, and peppermint. So I just had some little leftover squares of rockwool that I decided to kind of hodgepodge together for this one. And it'll still work just as well. We did exactly the same as we've been doing, wetting the rockwool with just regular tap water. And then for most of these, I did 3 to 4 seeds in each hole, except the mint. The mint is so tiny, there's no way to measure. So we'll just have to kind of judge the germination rate on those as like high, low, and medium. For the red Swiss chard, I did do something a little different since those seeds are so big. I used this little thing to kind of push the big, huge seeds down into the rockwool a little bit further to make sure that they get nice and wet and stay moist during this whole time. So these are gonna get covered up, go into the seed starting area, and that is step 1 for today. And now we'll move on to step 2. Okay, so step 2 is to replant some items. So I'm going to be replanting stuff that we will be using up as we go. And one of those things is carrots. The other is our lettuce. So every 4 weeks, I will be planting carrots and lettuce until it gets too hot for them to grow, because these get used up each time you harvest them. So this way we will continuously have crops of both carrots and lettuces going. So these are all planted. They're going to go right back into our seed starting area just like they were. And that takes care of step 2. Now let's move on to step 3 for today. Okay, so part 3 today is thinning. So these guys are really doing great. Now that I put them on the hydroponic solution, they're just taking off like crazy. So these need to be thinned. They really need to go into the full hydroponics right now, but unfortunately it's still a little chilly weather-wise for some of these, so I don't want to put them into the NFT just yet. So I'm going to thin them today, and what that means is I'm just going to go square by square and choose the best looking plant growing in each spot. So for here, we'll get rid of this one. And even though this one is larger, I'm going to keep the smaller one because he's getting a little out of control. So I'm just going to do this for all of these, so there's only 1 per square. Same for here with our herbs, and same for here with the carrots. And that will be step 3, so I'll just do that and come back. Okay, so everything has been thinned now, and there's just 1 plant for each pot. All of our lettuces, all of the herbs, and all of the carrots. And all of this stuff is edible, so all of those go into a little jar of water. I also thinned the peas yesterday, so I have some peas in there, as well as some broccoli, cauliflower, all those things. And we'll make a nice microgreens salad for dinner tonight with all of those. And these guys look a little pathetic right now. They'll perk back up once they're under their lights again. hopefully. I will say, do yourself a favor and thin your plants way earlier than I did. When they first start coming out, go ahead and thin them then. I waited way too long, and it was really a struggle to not damage the plants that I wanted to keep. I'll probably end up losing some just because they did get damaged in the process. So as far as my germination rate so far, I have no parsley at all has germinated. So that was Italian parsley, no germination on that at all. Everything else really did very well. Had at least 4 in every single hole, almost every one, except for I think it was dill. Dill had a few empty ones. Over here with the lettuces, all of those did great except for the spinach. Spinach had a very low germination rate, probably less than 50% germination on the spinach. Everything else did wonderful, and the carrots did wonderful as well. They had very high germination on those. So far, germination rate has been great. When I replanted all of the lettuces and carrots, I did go down to 2 seeds per seed tray. So I wouldn't have quite so many extra on this next one. So keep that in mind. Trim yours or thin yours out earlier than I did because I really messed that up. So these guys are going to go back into the seed area until we get ready to transfer them into their prospective hydroponic system.